standards, and certainly the department is in favor of high standards. And so we're going to make sure that we're keeping high standards. I was part of the Tennessee Diploma Project. That started our track toward higher standards. And so higher standards can take lots of different forms. And we're going to stay on track for high standards, and we're going to make sure our review process gives us that type of result.
Sure. I believe that you've been a supporter of the Common Core standards and such. I mean, now we're in the process, or you all are in the process of reviewing this. I mean, are you worried in terms of dealing with the legislature that they may associate you strongly with Common Core and may be somewhat skeptical as to how effective you are?
Right, that's a very fair question. I am a supporter of high standards. I think I mentioned that before. And the forms that they take is somewhat irrelevant. I want to make sure that we have standards that are at the level that they need to be to ensure that our students are ready for college and minutes after college.
Do you think it's been misunderstood? Common Core?
Potentially misunderstood. That's a very difficult question because that would be individually dependent on whether that's been misunderstood or folks feel like they haven't, understood it well. I think at this point we need to be talking about the standards review process and making sure that that's done remarkably well, and that at the end of it we're very proud of the work that's been done. And we have Tennessee academic standards that are in place that we can all share the responsibility for assessing and doing and working and making sure our classroom teachers are doing those things well.
I would go back to, I was part of setting high standards back from the beginning with the Tennessee Diploma Project, and we've continued as a state to march forward with higher standards. And so as we look back at that project and moving on to the standards that we have now, we'll just continue to move in the direction of having higher standards, again, whatever form that may take.
What role do you think student test scores or student assessments should play in teacher evaluations?
I think we're at a moment right now where we've stepped back and made sure that when we put out our new assessments, the 10 ready assessments that will be implemented in 2015-16 school year, are implemented well, and that we take a step back and say, let's make sure that our teachers know that we're in a period of realignment and that we want to give them the benefit of the doubt to say, let's look at this, do it well, and not have this penalize them in a way that we would not want during the alignment period. Anytime you're going through change, you have to go through a process of realigning, making sure things work. And so I think the step back from that's been proposed by the governor is very smart.
Okay. And what role do you see yourself having in that shifting to the teen ready assessment?
I think a critical role. We've got to make sure our standards are very well done. They're high standards. And then the alignment to those standards are going to be a work in progress. Anytime you set assessment, and I've been involved in working with assessments over time, you have to consistently be watching them and making sure alignment occurs there. And so I'll be working closely with our testing company to make sure that happens.